Live from Phoenix, Arizona. Well, actually, by the time you watch it, it won't be live, but this is the World Mission Update. That's Greg Kelley. How you doing? I'm Rusty
great.
Humphreys, and we are in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm running the camera. Hi. That's Greg Kelley. And Greg, you came out to Arizona, and you got a chance to speak to a nice group of people about what it is World Mission does, and specifically, you spoke about Jesus' last words, right?
Jesus' last 4 words. We talk about it all the time on the World Mission Update. Ends of the earth. Places where the gospel has never been. Places without access to the gospel specifically, Rusty. So places no missionary, no Bible, no church, no efforts of evangelism. So that's where we were at just in a few days ago. We were in Kenya, and the northern parts of Kenya, that absolutely sort of characterized like that. But the southern part
what
of
would
Kenya,
you say the difference between Kenya and being here in Scottsdale, Arizona? They're both deserty.
yeah, that's about it, brother. I think we're about, that's it.
You've gone quite the extreme.
Quite the extreme, yeah. But it's good to be back in the U.S. Yeah,
Yes.
Kenya is an amazing place. It's a place World Mission has had history for 25 years, but it is really the difference of the haves and the have-nots. You go into Nairobi, and then you go to Western Kenya over by Lake Victoria, and it's some of the most Christian area in the world, which is great because 100 years ago, none of those people were Christian, but today, those are high concentrations of followers of Jesus. And there's no.
By the way, the guy that's on that motorcycle, he's really cool because his motorcycle's loud.
Yes.
Anyway, sorry for, you can see the traffic. We're actually in a pretty cool place, Barry Goldwater Park, where this guy ran for president. So they have a little park here, and it's kind of showing you the pretty stuff. But it's not Kenya.
Not Kenya.
Do you think you're making a big impact? I mean, are you seeing a difference in Kenya now that you guys have been there for a while?
Yeah, actually, when we talk to people about what our model is and what the end game is, we say it's an indigenous church planting movement. So that's a mouthful, but essentially what it means is that the gospel is penetrating the national community there, the people group in particular. So I'll give you an example of that, Rusty. One is the Pokot people. So we've been working among the Pokot probably for 20 years, and when we started, I would say it was definitely less than probably 5% Christian. And today there's probably 25% of Pokot are followers of Jesus, but it's not just your followers of Jesus, it's that you are now carrying out the Great Commission. And so historically, Africa has been send the white missionary in there. They share the gospel, which has been wonderful, but it needs to take root in such a way where not just people are following Jesus and saying, I'm a Christian, but they are now sharing the gospel. And that's what's happening among the Pokot. There's truly an indigenous church planting movement. We just heard of 2 new churches being planted just in the last couple of months. So it's happening. And what that allows us to do at World Mission is sort of uproot our resources and our priorities and go into other places with treasures and with the water projects and things of that nature. So that's what we're seeing in northern Kenya. We're able to sort of allocate ourselves into the tribes that are more needy of the gospel.
So, I mean, when you go from 5% to 25%, do you do it by going in and saying, okay, here's some food, here's some water, you better become a Christian, or oopsie, we're taking it away?
No, I mean, I think that there's an element of human need in all of these places in Africa where people are desperate. I mean, we went to one people group called the Dashanak, and it was the largest in all the years I've been going to Kenya, which is about 25 years. It's the largest gathering I've ever seen among a tribe, like one tribe. There was probably, 400, maybe even 500 people that are gathering, just swarming around us. And this is a very primitive people group, the Dashanak. There's maybe 40,000 of them in Kenya. The majority of them are across the border into Ethiopia. But you could just see, just by looking at them, many of the women were totally naked. Many of the children totally naked. I mean, this is primitive people. And there was a desperation there that I've just not seen very often. And so food, clothing, obviously, huge deal. And the truth of the matter is that when you show someone you love them by meeting a physical need, it opens their heart to the gospel. So it's not a bait and switch. You do it out of love. But when you do that in many of these instances, it opens up people's heart to receive the gospel.
One of the places that you and I went, I guess we're coming up on 2 years ago now, was a place, and you wanted to bring water filters, and you said, hey, does anybody have any water? And they're like, I don't have any on me. And then this woman came with a bowl, and she says, oh, can you turn this into water? And we looked at it, I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's cow urine. It's what we do our dishes in. Yeah. Okay. Now I understand you've gone back to that same place.
Yes.
How did it go? Was it better or worse? Any different?
Yeah, you know what was awesome about that, Rusty? That was actually among the Pokot. So again, an example of a tribe that is starting to get reached with the gospel, yet there are still pockets of the Pokot where they've never heard of Jesus. We were just visiting one just a couple, well, it was last week basically, and they said as of the last 6 months, it's the first time they've ever heard of Jesus. First time. Wow. And this area that you and I were in, that were using cow urine to clean their utensils, that was the closest equivalent they had to water. There's a lot of desperation there.
Yeah.
And so when we were there 2 years ago, we said, we're going to do water. And we did. World Mission, probably 6 months after you and I left, we had gone in there, drilled a water project. And when I was there last week, we did the celebration of it, the dedication of this water project. It was powerful. One of the things that happened, Rusty, that we didn't anticipate was not only the transformation in that village, but where that village is located at is kind of a melting pot. So in other words, it's about 2 miles from the Uganda border. It's not far from the South Sudan border. There's a whole lot of people groups that are kind of clustered into that region. And this particular water site has really brought a lot of unity now, where those people groups are coming together, they're worshiping together. There was 5 different people groups at the celebration service we have. So that is a key to the gospel multiplying, is when it can break through the barrier of one nation or people group to another. And that's what we saw.
That's amazing. How can people help? I mean, what is it that you lead people to do when they go to worldmission.cc? What is it you're looking for?
Well, we really need more resources, because there's a lot of other villages that are similar to the one we were in, that are in the exact same situation, desperation for water. And when you go in there, it just paves the way for the treasures and our other evangelism and discipleship making efforts that are happening. So go to worldmission.cc and you can learn more about us. You can connect with us from a humanitarian standpoint. You can connect with us from sending treasures out, supporting our international partners in the field. But just go to worldmission.cc and you'll learn everything there.
And there's also a place that has special need and a special website, right?
Yeah. When you talk about Afghanistan, which is right now sort of, the biggest hotspot, so to speak, in the world, the biggest refugee crisis in our world today, and what most people don't realize, why Afghanistan is such a priority. If we're a follower of Jesus,
Greg, why is Afghanistan such a priority?
That's a great question, Rusty. Thanks for asking that. So if someone were to ask me that question, I would say the bigger concern as a follower of Jesus is the spiritual condition. And if we were to take Afghanistan out and to group it into sections of 20,000 people, there'd be one follower of Jesus.
Wow.
So that should concern all of us. And so for that reason, yes, the human carnage that we're seeing is breaking all of our hearts, but even more so, it should break our hearts. I'm sure it breaks God's heart. They don't even know who he is. They don't know who Jesus is. And so worldmission.help, we have allocated exclusively for our Afghan work. And people can find out more about us and what we're doing there, how we're rescuing people out of Afghanistan, but also discipling them now and helping their physical needs.
So worldmission.cc and worldmission.help makes a difference.
Got it, man. Both of them. We'd love to connect with you.
All right. We'll catch you next time. I'm Rusty Humphreys, holding the camera. Hi. Oops. There you go. Hi. And that's Greg Kelley. He's the CEO of World Mission, and we'll catch you next time here on the World Mission Update. Bye.
See ya.